Yo! What's up? Q&A time! I'm getting round to doing it finally. Sorry, excuse my hair. I washed my hair yesterday and I went to bed. And I woke up and it's a little bit fluffy in it. But that's fine. I'm going to make some cocktails at the same time. But that's it. I just wanted to make a little intro. Let's get right into it, baby. Yes, I thought, why not make some cocktails while answering some questions? I'm not going to lie. I've been wanting to do this for ages. These are the glasses they sent me. Sorry about the noise. Right, well, first one. Let's see. The classic old-fashioned. Wait, what one is that? No, I don't want that one. I've got a spoon now, so let's do this. It's quite a nice glass. Look at that. Fancy, innit? I'll do this one first. That's what it is. Oh my lord. If anyone wants to make it at home, sorry my hands are shaking, that's it. 50ml Buffalo Trace bourbon. Buffalo Trace bourbon? Where's that? Buffalo Trace. Look how cute this is, by the way. Look at this. It came in a little box and it's got like, oh my god. Ah! Look at that. So cute, innit? So 50ml, how much is in here? 100. I'll get some ice first. That'll do. That's probably enough ice. Is that enough? Probably. Right, 50ml of this. Wait, let me answer a question first. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit carried away. First question. Connor Colston, he's one of my mates, one of my in real life mates, not just an internet mate, one of my only few mates to be honest. He says, least favourite thing about Scotland, you big foreigner. Thanks a lot for your question, Connor. Least favourite thing is probably the weather. It's always pissing down with rain. It's pretty shit. And also, no, that's it. I quite like Scotland. I'm one of these people that like, there's a lot of people around here that don't like Scotland or the UK in general and want to move away. But I've experienced Poland and I know what other countries are like living life in, or like living standards and whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm talking about. In comparison to some of those countries, I think the UK is really, really good. So I don't really complain. I'm never like, oh, I want to move away, it's so shit here, because I think the UK is actually really good. Yeah, so that's that. Right, next one. It's from Emily Morg _NN. Do you sleep with socks on or off? I sleep with socks off, obviously. If you sleep with socks on, then you are obviously disabled or there's something not okay at home. Unless you've got really cold feet, sometimes I'll put the socks on. Next question. Sorry, I'll get this cocktail done in a second. I'll just answer some questions first. It's from Dane Sarcy, and he says, can I suck you in the parking lot? No, you can't suck me off in the parking lot actually. But thanks for offering. Right, let's get into making this classic old-fashioned. Whew! It's a bit early to be drinking. It's only 11:20 in the morning. 50ml. That's probably 50ml. 3 to 4 dashes of Angosutabitas. Is that this? Yes. What are 4 dashes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah! That'll do. Surely that's enough. Yeah, that'll be enough. 44%? Oh my lord, look at that. Don't know if you can see that, but it says 44.7%. Oh my lord, I'm gonna be fucking steaming. That's so crazy. Right, next question. Kale Geor says, show us your high school picture. Okay, here's a picture of me in high school. I was a little bit fat, a little bit chubby. Next question. Adam Lyons says, sexuality? Question mark. I'm straight. I never said that very convincingly. I'm straight, I'm into girls, but I'm not afraid to be myself. I don't need to be, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just not afraid to be myself. And I'm quite a feminine guy. I like doing feminine stuff. I like looking after myself, going out for drinks, gossiping, doing stuff like that. And I'm not afraid to say it like some other people might be. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. Right, wait. Let me finish this drink. What else do I need? Sugar or sugar syrup? Is there any sugar syrup here? Sugar syrup? Oh, that's sugar syrup. That'll do. That was quite fun, and I've got enough to make another one. Fucking hell, that's quite strong, that. Whew. Right, next question. Sorry, I'm just not very good at this summer. Next question is from Grace.x001. She says, what does your family think of your social media platform? They're very supportive of it now. I think because I'm doing quite well, they can see that I can do it as a job, a career even. And yeah, they're very supportive. They don't judge. My mum finds all the stuff I do on Instagram and stuff really funny. She always says stuff like, oh, like I was looking at your stories, they're quite funny, made me laugh, blah blah blah. And then my dad's quite supportive as well. He wasn't very supportive to start with, but now that the money's coming in, he's like, yeah, well, fair enough, if that's what you want to do, then do it. Okay, next question. Wait, let me try this. Look at it. It looks like, I don't know what it looks like, but I'll taste it. It's a bit early to be drinking. I don't know if I want to drink. Once I take a sip, I'm gonna have to get absolutely steaming. Woo, let's go. Ah, that's disgusting. Ugh. Oh Lord, that made me feel funny. That's really strong. It tastes quite nice after. It's got a nice aftertaste, but not during. Okay, next question is from Harsentheja. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, but he asked, or she, I don't know, I can't really see the picture. What is something that you have done that you will never do again? I don't know. It's quite a good question, to be fair. I'm one of those people that I'll always try something at least once, because I feel like if I don't try it, I'll never know if I'll enjoy it. And if I don't enjoy it, then fair enough. I don't have to do it again. But then never trying it, I'll never be able to experience that experience, if that makes sense. I would want to say pee the bed. I've done that a couple of times. I've peed the bed a couple of times. And I would like to not do that again, because it's not fun. It's not fun at all, actually. It's a little bit embarrassing. One time, my girlfriend at the time was staying over at mine's, and we came in after a night out. I must have been really drunk, and we woke up in the morning and she was like, oh, my back's all sweaty. And I looked down, and it turns out that I peed myself. I peed the bed and peed on her a little bit. And then she thought that it was so hot in my room that she started sweating so much that she was like soaking, but really she was just lying in my piss. So there's that. Probably overshared big time, but do you know what? If you don't laugh about those things, then you'll cry about them. And I like laughing about things. Anyway, that's enough. That was a really long answer. To answer your question shortly, long story short, I've peed the bed. I wouldn't want to pee the bed again. Next question. John Kyle asks, skincare routine? Question mark. I don't do anything. I've answered this a couple times before briefly, but all I do in the morning, if I don't have a shower, I'll wash my face with some like warm to cold water till I feel like it's clean. Pardon me. Then I'll dry it, just like dab my face with a towel, just a little bit. Get some moisturiser. Aveeno Baby is what I use. And just moisturise. And then I'll do the same before bed. Sometimes I'm not very harsh on it. Like I'm not very strict. So if I miss it, I don't like cry about it or anything, do you know what I mean? I think I just have quite good skin. Like I've never really had like spots. If I get spots, I'll have like a couple spots here and there, but nothing crazy. So I guess I'm just lucky. Yo, I've just had a drink, but I had to pause the video because it was actually disgusting. Next question is from Mia_K_4. And she asks, where do you find meaning in life? That's a deep one. And you know what? I don't have an answer for that. I do not have an answer for that. But what I do personally to feel like I'm alive is I live every single day as it comes. I try and not stress about the future too much. Obviously there's things like taxes, things like maybe buying a house eventually, etc. But I try and like minimise those thoughts as much as possible, because if I think about it too long, I get myself into a really dark place. I just fall into this hole and I just constantly think about stuff, and then I get myself really worried and worked up, and then I'll start thinking about the past, and then the past isn't necessarily always how you remember it, because your memory can just alter a couple things sometimes. Sometimes you'll be like,
oh, I remember like a couple years ago I felt so amazing.
but really, did you feel amazing? Or did you just feel the exact same, but you just think you felt amazing because it's a memory? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I just try and live in the moment. I like living in the moment. I feel like it brings happiness to me knowing that like, I'll just do today, and then after today, I'll do tomorrow. And then again and again and again. Doesn't always work, it's not for everybody, but it works for me, and I like it. I like being in the moment. I feel like I'm alive when I'm in the moment. Anyway, I feel like that was a really good answer. I'm proud of myself. Okay, next question. I'm having a drink. Hopefully I don't get too drunk. I'm a little bit drunk already. Jesus Christ, that is actually disgusting. Next question is from Zed Bonsky. He asks, is social media your full-time job now? Yes. Yes it is. It is full-time. I just thought, fuck it. I had my own business before that, cleaning cars. I was a mobile car valeter, driving to people's houses, cleaning their cars, going to the next house, cleaning their cars. And it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. It was good being my own boss. But as soon as social media started blowing up, I was like, do you know what? Fuck that. I know what I'd much rather do. Create content and make other people smile and just be myself, be in a creative job rather than cleaning cars. Don't have anything against cleaning cars, but obviously this is a lot more fun, 100%. Yeah, it is my full-time job. Thanks for your question. Next question is from, oh god, I'm not going to be able to say this name. Mary had a little lamb. Oh, that's a cute name, eh? She asks, what's your favourite childhood memory? This is a bit sad, but my favourite childhood memory is my granddad used to take me out on his mountain bike all the time, right? And he didn't have enough money to buy one of those like child seats that go on the back of a bike. Yeah, so he didn't have enough money to buy one of those. So he used to wrap a pillow around the frame of the bike at the front where the handlebars are. So I used to sit on that and hold onto the handlebars, and he would be like over me like that. I would be here. And one time I had a Game Boy, and my dad got it from work. He like borrowed it from someone, or it wasn't even a Game Boy, I don't know what it was. It was just one of those like fake Game Boys with like 2 games on it. And I was like, oh, I'll take this with me. So he was cycling the bike, and I was like holding onto the handlebars playing this game. And then I accidentally put my leg inside the wheel, because the wheel's like this size obviously. It's quite a big wheel on a mountain bike. But I put my foot right in there and scraped it. I've got a big scar on my ankle. But I sprained my ankle. But that's a really vivid memory. Vivid? A very strong memory. I enjoyed that. Even though I was in a lot of pain, I thought, because I can remember it so well, I feel like it's a really fun memory. It was the first time I'd ever went to the hospital, and it was scary. Oh my god, I'm putting so much effort into these answers. I need to calm down. I need to be a little bit more blunt. Okay, next question is from, I don't know, what one will I pick? Mick Usomano says, what's the biggest thing you've put up your bum? I've never had anything up my bum, not even a finger, nothing at all. Because anytime anything goes anywhere near my bum, I squeal. I'm like, eee! And then it tickles, and I just, nah, nothing can go anywhere near there. Next question, baby. I'm having a drink. This stuff's really strong. I'm a little bit drunk, you know. It's Amy Gyani. Sorry if I'm Amy Gyani. I don't know if I'm saying your name wrong. I'm really sorry. But they asked, best advice you've ever had. Smiley face. Love you. Love you too. And the best advice I've ever got is actually from, believe it or not, Max Balegdi. If any of you know him or not, have heard of him, probably have heard of him. We were away on a Jack Wells trip together, and I was just really anxious. I was like sitting in the room a little bit every now and then, and I was just like, oh, I feel like no one really wants to speak to me, and I'm like quite anxious of how I'm coming across to other people and stuff. And he said, stop worrying about what other people think of you. That like, just look at it this way. Everyone's too busy thinking about themselves to be judging you. So there's no point being anxious, because they're not thinking that. I don't know if I don't know if I explained that very well. He was very good at explaining it, but I'm just not. Okay. Next question is from realalex_he, and he asks, do you ever just shut down completely? Where do you get all the energy? Yes, all the time. I have days where I just sit in my room, in my bed, and I don't really want to post anything or do anything, just lie down and sleep. And that's completely normal. It just happens sometimes. You're just drained mentally, physically. I try and be quite a positive person. I don't know if I come across that way. I try and just be really positive about things. Even when I am negative sometimes, I try and be positive, if that makes sense. And I feel like just because I'm positive all the time, I come across like I have a lot of energy. But I don't. And I think it's just my personality. I'm just quite a... That's kind of what I'm like all the time. So, yeah. Thanks for your question. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good question. It's from Finlay Rice. He says, what is it honestly like being an influencer? Is it as glamorous as it looks? Does it look glamorous? Do I make influencing look glamorous? I guess because I'm in London sometimes and I go out, it kind of looks glamorous. But what you need to remember is everybody, even as far as like being a celebrity, no matter how much money or followers people have, they're no different than you. That's what you need to remember. No one's better than anybody else just because they've got more followers on an app or more money or anything. And the people that do think like that can fuck off, because that's not what it's like. And just because people show you the glamorous side of things on social media doesn't necessarily mean it is. It's just what they want to show you and what you get to see. I try and be a little bit more transparent with things. I feel like I've not posted anything, I've not started to post things differently, even though now I've got a much bigger following. But yeah, you just need to remember that like people post what they want you to see. So if they want to come across as like this big, rich, cool person online, that's all that they will post. Yeah, that was a good question to be fair. I don't know if I answered it very well, but I was speaking for ages. It's not glamorous. It's just a job. Next question is from Casey B1612. Does it piss you off when some of the stuff girls send you in the DMs? No. Not at all. I just find it really funny. I just find DMs, like no matter how disgusting or rude a DM is, I always see the funny side in it. It's kind of like a toxic trait of mine's. It's kind of good, but it's also bad. Cause I just find everything funny, and no matter how serious a situation is, I always try and make a joke out of it. And because of that, sometimes I find it hard to be serious when I need to be. But DMs, I just think they're really funny. It's a completely different story if I seen someone in person and they came up to me and just whipped their cock out and they were like, oh, look at this, do you want to touch it? But because it's DMs, most of the time, the people that message me, they don't even have a profile picture. So I just read it and I'm like, that's quite funny to be fair. And then I just swipe away, just forget about it. Crazy. Next question is from Jesse Tardif. I'm trying to pick out all the good ones. I don't want to be like, oh, how many people have you slept with?
26.7 million.
How did becoming more famous affected your general anxiety? This is something I always thought, like, obviously I'm not famous, I'm just known as the TikTok Ello boy. I always thought it would make me feel really anxious and like scary when people come up to you and be like, oh hi, are you the guy with TikTok, can I get a picture, blah blah blah. It was scary initially, but now it's actually like helped me in a way to be a lot more confident and not worry about things. I don't know why, but it has. It's kind of made it better for me. It's kind of been like a little blessing in disguise, even though most people would think like being known by other people would give them more anxiety. I don't know if it's just because I don't think about it too much. Thanks for your question. Next question. Sean Spelt asks, do you think this is a real job? It depends. I feel like if you're making money, it's a real job. If you compare it to being a doctor or a heart surgeon or a dentist, police officer, then no, it's not a real job. Those are real jobs. Those are real people that should be getting paid a lot more than what they are. But because I'm making money off of it and I'm able to do it like full time and live off the money that I make, then yeah, I guess it is a real job to a certain extent. Just how you look at it, I guess. Next one. Who is Pat? Asks, why did you choose the A35 instead of the A45? It is more power, baby. Yes, the A45 is a lot more power, but it is also an extra £10,000, which to me is a lot of money for an extra 100 brake, 150 brake or something. And the A35 is more than enough. I use it to go to the gym, to the shops. It's more than enough than what I need. If I want it to be a little bit faster, I can always go stage 1, stage 2, whatever. But for now, it's more than enough. And it's decent on petrol to a certain extent. I feel like the A45 would be a little bit too expensive, especially on insurance as well. So those are the type of things you need to look out for as well when you're buying a car. Insurance, upkeep, services. But yeah, I like the A35. I think it's nice. It's more than enough for what I need. Thanks for your question. I feel like I've answered enough now. I'm just gonna have, I don't know if I'm gonna drink any more of that, to be honest. Thank you everybody for any questions that you asked. I hope I answered them pretty well. I hope it wasn't too boring. Sometimes just talking can get a little bit boring, innit? But I feel like I've answered them honestly. And yeah, I quite enjoyed that. Maybe I'll do another Q&A, but just with like juicy questions. That was more like a get to know me than Q&A really. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one.